Hello guys, this is Jan from Kroscloud, and let's take a look at different options how to share your Kroscloud's content in this tutorial. There are the three basic ways how to share your content. Share a link to your folder that can contain single or multiple scenes, share a link directly to your scene, or you can embed Kroscloud Viewer with your asset in a web page. Let's start with the simplest one. Share a link of your folder. When you are at your admin page, you can see there is a button View as Public. If we click on it, there is a new tab with our public folder page. You can copy and share this link. As we are at the root folder of our account, you can see our link contains our account name only. With this link, your visitors will see all your public assets in this folder. And if the folder is public, it means it's not marked as private. There will be also a link to the parent folder. So users can even go up in the folder structure and see content of the other folders. This is an account root folder, so there is no parent. So let's go to this share tutorial subfolder. You can see there is a back button that leads to the parent folder. So if you share a link to this folder, user will have an option to go up and see your other content. If folder is marked as private, as this folder, then there is no button to go up to a parent folder and your visitor is limited only to content of this folder or its subfolders. This way you can make kinda isolated area if you don't want your users to see your other content. Okay, let's share directly a scene. If you want to share directly some concrete 3D or panoramic scene, you have two options. The first one is from admin folder page, where if you click on the menu button, is an option to open a public viewer. And here you get the link you are looking for. The second advanced option is in the editor. There is a share menu, where you have two tabs, link and iframe. Let's talk about link first. In the link tab, there is a button to copy the link to a clipboard. So you can copy it, open a new tab, paste it, and you are there. But in this case, there are also advanced share options. Let's take a look at them. Back URL. This is important and powerful feature of Kroscloud. Here you can change the viewer's exit button link. So you can change where is gonna be user redirected to when he or she exit the viewer. By default, the user is redirected back to the folder page, like this. Let's just for example create backlink to the Google. Now you can see that the generated link has a little bit changed. Let's open it. Now if we click on the exit button, user is redirected to Google instead of our folder page. You can create how many back URLs as you want. Load immediately. This option affects a loading behavior on mobile devices. By default, before downloading a 3D scene on mobile device, user needs to click on a button to display it. Because on mobile, users often care about the data usage and wouldn't be really happy to automatically download sometimes really huge data. Let's try. This is an iPhone simulator, and if we paste in our link, you can see there is our thumbnail with a button to download and display the scene. So user is not automatically forced to download maybe a really huge data. If he or she press the button, then there is our 3D scene. Let's go back and switch on load immediately. As you guess, if you switch on this option, 3D scene will be downloaded and displayed automatically even on mobile devices. So let's copy the link to our clipboard. Let's paste it. And you can see that the 3D scene is downloaded automatically. Ask to download. This is an opposite option to load immediately. If you switch this on, user will always need to confirm to download and display the 3D scene, even on desktops and laptops. Let's try. See, now user needs to explicitly confirm to display the scene on all devices. You can use this option to always require user consent before downloading your content. No mobile devices. If you switch this option on, then users won't be able to display your scene on mobile devices. It means cell phones and tablets. Instead, they will get a friendly message that they should open the scene on desktop or laptop. Let's try. See? This option is very useful if you want to publish some complex 3D scene that mobile devices won't be able to handle. So user on mobile will get a friendly warning message instead of catastrophic nuclear explosion of his device trying to display your fancy stuff. Because you don't really want your users to experience that. Allow iframe on mobile devices. By default, if your user will display your asset in an iframe on mobile devices as a part of some third-party site, after click on display the scene, they will be redirected to a Kroscloud viewer to see the model in full screen mode. Let's try. Let's go to our company webpage, where we have some examples of our 3D scans. This part is an iframe with a reference to our 3D scene. As you can see, there is a button to download and display the scene. If user clicks on it, he or she is redirected to the Kroscloud for a full screen viewer. When he or she clicks on the exit button, there is a redirection to the original page containing the iframe, so user can't go outside of your website. It's important, there is no way user can continue somewhere else from the Kroscloud. It has two important reasons. The first one is user experience, as 3D scenes are the best when viewing full screen and not just as a small tiny midget somewhere in the corner of the screen. The second very important reason is compatibility. Viewing the 3D scene in an iframe costs another bunch of devices' memory. And on mobile devices, it's a never-ending fight for every byte. So to display the scene directly on the Kroscloud is by far the most efficient and safe way. But of course, there are situations where you want to open the viewer in iframe even on mobile devices. And then you need to check this option on. When you do that, iframe will load the 3D scene even on mobile devices. Let's take a look back to our company web pages. But this time we added the allow iframe parameter. You can see there is still the loading button, but this time when user clicks on it, 3D scene is displayed directly in the iframe. Exit button in iframe. In iframe, by default, there is no exit button or back button, if you will. Because if the iframe is displayed as a part of some other page, it doesn't make sense to have such a button here. Because application logic is handled by the parent web page, right? But there is at least one important use case where you want to display the exit button in iframe. And it's when you display iframe as a full page element, as we do at our project 3D check, for example. What you see here is just a full page iframe inside our page at 3D check, so there is no other content and the viewer looks like at Kroscloud, but the URL is unique and show our web page name. But in this case and situations like this, you need an exit button to be able to leave this page. So if you check this option, the exit button will be there even in iframe. One note to this full page iframe, even if there is no other content except the iframe, on mobile devices it's still a not very clean solution, because it's much more memory intensive than just redirecting to Kroscloud. Because of that, there is a server-side logic here on the 3D check that's redirect the requests from mobile devices directly to Kroscloud.com and doesn't use iframes. Just a small friendly hint, it's not required of course. Okay, that's it for the options. Last thing to look at is the iframe tab here, where you will find a pre-generated iframe tag. The options here are the same as for the link, as even the link you can of course use in iframe tag. So if you jumped in this tutorial directly to displays and you want to learn more about these options, you need to go back, my friend. To the iframe tag. Important is the sandbox part. Kroscloud viewer needs to communicate sometimes with the parent container to work correctly. So you need to allow this with this attribute and all its values. Thanks a lot for watching, guys. If you have any question or maybe ideas for other tutorials, something you would like to learn more about, write down a comment or shoot us a message through our contact page at kroscloud.com. And stay tuned.